Right, welcome. Another AGG Live, Matthew.
Hello. I always feel the need to wave.
Yeah, I do. It is, and I've watched them back sometimes. Think, what are we waving? How many times? Like the news. Welcome to the 10 o'clock news. You need to mute that. You need to mute that one, Captain. So we're talking in today's equipment AGG Live, Matthew. We're talking Ping G30.
Look at that.
It's been out a while, but still very current and still one that people will be trying and maybe thinking about buying. Christmas coming. So we're going to talk. I've got no data or numbers. I'm not hitting the shots. I've done full reviews on this club. If you want to watch them, check them out. Just search Ping G20 and my video will be there. Click on it or go on my channel and search it. So I've done a video talking about the tech and also about the look and feel when I'm hitting it, but we're going to just talk about what the manufacturer talk about in regards to tech.
Yep. So
we're going to talk about what it can and can't do, because obviously manufacturers will always talk with an idea of a sale at the end of it. I mean, that's the way the world goes round. These people make golf clubs, all the companies do, to sell them. So their marketing is going to be truthful, but it's also going to be geared around selling the club as well. So we're just going to kind of dig a little bit deeper in my kind of limited knowledge on tech. I mean, I feel I know a good amount, but then I do get to meet R&D people and they blow my brains out.
Yeah, sorry, what are you on about?
So you've lost me in the first sentence and you've been talking for 5 minutes. I didn't go to school as much as you. So we are going to be talking about that Ping G30 driver and its tech. So anyone's got any questions, post them on Twitter, post them in the chat. Will Ping bring out new models out this year? Nick's talking, hello boys. Click that thumbs up, people. Yes. I should win something just for finding it. You know, people are in the screen. And then we got lovely Soph's not with us. We should have phoned her up actually. Check her eyes are better.
Yeah.
Bug
eyes.
Because she's a Ping player.
Yeah, she is.
So I've just put a picture up there purely because I just wanted to put lovely Soph on the video, who's a Ping. That's the only relevance of that picture there. It's just there's a picture of Soph.
Yeah.
Plays Ping.
Boom.
Get on with it.
Lovely.
Right, so let's talk. Ping G30 driver. Matthew, can you hit me? We're going to go through the website's claims and the website's statements.
Yeah.
Is a fairer word than claims. And talk about what I think they mean to me and maybe my pupils when I worked with them. So what's the first?
I think we should start with the Turbulators because they're just
Ben
out
is from
there,
Tulsa, Oklahoma. Hello, Ben. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for
Sorry,
interrupting
Matt.
me. Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
No worries.
That's just Tulsa. There's a film, a kids' film, where the guy sent the the guy sent the Tulsa, but he as if it's a bad thing. But I'm sure Tulsa's really nice, Ben. Hello.
So
I think it's called Aliens and Monsters, that film. Right, go on then, turbulate me now.
I put on the 460cc head, proven in wind tunnel testing to reduce aerodynamic drag.
So these are the turbulators
and
on top.
Create efficient airflow.
Okay, so what does that mean in reality? I'm not a aerodynamics specialist. Well, I say that. Maybe I am.
Swing my club quicker, apparently, isn't it?
Yeah, so in theory, it's there to try and help you with some club head speed. So my limited knowledge is that when you swing a club down towards the ball, so when it's moving at its fastest point, as the air passes over the head, it'll start to leave the surface of the crown and create what they call a wake in the background. I think it's called a wake. I could be saying anything. I'm pretty sure it's called a wake, which can slow it down. It's like a kind of drags, holds it back. Yeah, absolutely. So what the turbulators are trying to do, they've discovered, like they say through their wind tunnel testing, and other companies have done the same, by putting these little kind of almost like fangs on top of the club here, is that the air comes over and hugs, I think, the head for longer and then just kind of flows off the back, which in theory could assist with some club head speed. So if this goes faster and you translate that energy onto the ball, you'll get increased in ball speeds, which then in turn, if your launches and spins and everything else are in the right place, could result in some extra distance. They did testing. They had a good video on launch, I remember, on this one when they launched it, with Bubba hitting it.
Yeah.
and I think
he went up like 2-3 miles.
Maybe
an hour
1.7 or 2, maybe. Yeah, I can't remember the exact numbers.
Mm.
I did think I remember seeing, don't quote me on this, that you do need to hit certain speeds for these to actually really do anything.
Yeah.
My testings, and I've hit this club all through the year on testing it and it against other clubs, I've not particularly seen an increase in clubhead speed.
Mm.
I do love the way they frame it up.
Yeah, I think that it helps with alignment quite nicely and everything as well.
They point in at the ball nicely, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an impressive bit of technology to put on a club, isn't it? You see it on F1 cars.
Yeah, but that's where they take it. Exactly.
Yeah.
You see it on what are those windows mirrors on the side? Wing mirrors.
Wing mirrors.
What do they do? Do you ever look at them?
No, not really. I just go.
I've seen them on the top of those.
Yeah.
So they obviously are, and when they're wind tunnel testing, robot testing, I'm sure you can simulate an increase.
Yeah.
What you would see as a user, go and test, you find out yourself and judge. That's always going to be my message, because it's all about what you get out of these clubs. When I first saw them, I didn't like them.
No,
and then I actually really liked them.
We both game that.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And I remember I got Steve Buzzer to test this one, and he liked the way they framed up. Wasn't sure, and then as he hit more, again, as they've grown on the club, they grew on us. Mm. Do you like that? That was a little bit more like a
clubhead to it as well.
All right, I thought we were talking about almost like a link. That was like a professional.
Oh, sorry.
Link,
Rather
than our wave.
Sorry.
I wonder if they're still there, Matt. Wait. Right, so we're going to move on to the next bit of tech. That is the Turbulators on top. Anyone watching, make sure you hit the thumbs up button.
Thumbs up, subscribe.
There's people watching who don't subscribe, Matt.
Strange that, isn't it? That's bizarre.
Join the family.
Why would you not want to know when we're on your devices?
Exactly. Join the family and get stuck in, as someone says. Right, next bit of tech.
CG position.
Centre of my gravity.
Lowest and furthest back of any Ping model.
Okay, and you can see that on this one. If you just, I'm just gonna get up a second. If you hold that to camera, Matthew, there's your little camera. Look.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get another driver.
Long and
I think it's this one. I'm back.
Hello.
I have got trousers on. You can see that. For the question people ask. I think I've got the right one. So you see, on other drivers, if I get that in the middle, often, so when I put these two down on the ground when I'm hitting, so this is the LS Tech, the lower spinning CG further forward. So you can see where that kind of weight thing at the back, even if it's there for just show. This one's not as far back as the standard one. It really hugs the back of the turf. Mm-hmm. So you can really see where they're trying to pull the CG back and down on this one. Why would you want the CG back and down, Matthew? What
helps with higher MOI?
Okay. What is MOI?
Moment of inertia.
But what does that mean in real terms?
Twisting of the face
around an axis.
And it helps with both axes.
So they're saying it helps with twist, heel and toe wise, and tops and bottom wise.
Correct.
So why would you want high MOI? What golfers would want high MOI?
Ones that don't want to lose much distance.
Okay,
I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. And ones who hit on what part of the face? A trick question for you there, Matt.
Yeah.
Arguably all parts of the face. So if you're nailing this out of a effective sweet spot every time, MOI is going to not really count much.
So toe.
If you're hitting all of the face, so getting twist, you want as high as MOI as possible. So, but what's interesting is the answer to the question as well. Who wants high MOI? Arguably everybody, because golf's tough.
Yeah.
Bubba's using this, isn't he?
The pink one. Yeah.
Yeah. Same head, just different colour.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's not afraid of some MOI, sending it 350.
Westwood is.
Yeah, he's using the LS Tech.
Yeah.
The lower spinning, so that'll have in fact lower MOI, but he's using similar ideas. So golfers out there who want high MOI, really arguably, guys, could almost be all of you. Here's a golfer who wants high MOI, look, Matt. Just there now.
Yeah.
Lovely Sophie.
Would Mark run faster if he had turbulators on his head?
I run fast enough as it is, Dave.
He might swim quicker.
Yeah, absolutely. So high MOI is going to help every golfer in theory. So having that weight low and back. Now, it's quite interesting. Other manufacturers have made low spinning clubs, and then they bring a new one out where you can move the centre of gravity further back.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it the other day. They've all seemed to have run to get it further back, not have it as forward anymore. So I think lots of golfers from world class, Bubba, other golfers are not quite. Andy Sullivan was using this one. He wasn't LS Tech. I'm pretty sure he was standard. I might be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure he was standard. He wants high MOI to win his 2 or 3 times or whatever he's won this year.
3, I think.
He wants those 6 swans.
6 swans
MOI
doing the
up.
business.
So as MOI goes, this is going to be one of your most friendly drivers you can get, peoples. Now, the other, just a quick note on that, if we're going to flip it, not to just love MOI, I've seen data on MOI numbers, and actually from a so-called low MOI to a high MOI driver, I've seen data that suggests that so the RNA don't really care. You're allowed to, as long as you don't go above their number.
Right.
So like I can't remember the numbers. It was like a 4,500 to a 6,000 MOI rating. Made no difference. The MOI found the RNA found no difference between the 4.
Right.
So that's quite a lot of steps.
Yeah.
It was when they were putting restrictions on MOI. Lots of the companies said, "Well, you can't put that restriction on. We've got clubs out there who are near 6,000." So they went and tested all them against their original number that they put out and said, "Look, guys, it makes no difference. You keep them at 6,000. Don't recall all those clubs." So again, like I will always say, you've still got to be hitting it in a certain area if you want to play good golf. It's only going to help you a certain amount, but certainly this one's going to help you maybe more than others. Next one, then, Matthew, please.
Lightweight T9S titanium face is thinner and hotter to optimise face deflection for faster ball speeds and longer drives.
Okay, I mean, every manufacturer says that. What can they not do with ball speeds? What's the rules with ball speeds as we understand? They are limited. So there is a max.
Mm-hmm.
So when they say thinner faces, faster ball speeds, what I'm reading between, I know what they're saying in my head. What do you think they're saying? What do you think? Because your average Joe's going to read that as, "Oh, I'm hitting that further."
Yeah, this is a selling point for me, this one, isn't it, for you?
Well, it is, but it's more that it will be faster, but they're not telling us off of what part of the face they got that reading.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if I'm someone who doesn't hit that part of the face, so let's say low heel is 2 mile an hour faster than the G25. Well, I don't hit low heel. Like once.
I'm not going to see much difference.
So I'm not going to see any difference. Don't quote me on that because I haven't seen their data on but ball speeds off the centre or ball speeds are maxed at a speed. It can't get over a certain speed, which is going to come from your effective COG to centre of gravity ball strike.
Mm-hmm.
So I would imagine they build them to that tolerance. I'd be surprised if they didn't. Oh, you sound so his Pickard watching someone.
No.
Let's talk about McDonald's.
That's what I was laughing at.
Okay.
Yeah, random.
So ball speeds across the face, yes, you're probably going to see an increase if you're hitting it in the right part, and you might not see that increase enough because you're going to hit the fastest point anyway. I do see that as that. Everyone puts that on their release. It's one of those terms everyone just puts. Okay, G30 me up, Matthew.
Face.
Let's move on. Let's tech on.
Let's go a bit shaft.
Do you like what I said? Let's tech on.
Yeah, good one.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah.
Shall I do it again or shall I leave it now?
419D, high balance point shaft. The CG is closer to the grip end, allowing for heavier head with increases of the MOI to contribute for extremely low CG.
Okay, so it's a counterbalance shaft is what I'm kind of getting from there. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
A bit more weight up towards the grip end.
So you can whack a heavier weight
rather
down
than the bottom. So what would putting a heavier weight at the grip end would do what to the feeling of the club for the consumer down the other end?
Make it lighter.
So it would, even though it would make it feel lighter.
It's not.
They did this with what club? Don't quote me on this. I think it was G15. They did that.
That's before my time.
Or it might have even been G10. I had a G club which was weighted.
G10 was the orangey one.
No, it was after that. I can't remember which one, but it was weighted more at the other end in the shaft.
Right.
And it allowed them to make the head, the mass, heavier. But because it felt lighter, because it's counterbalance, I keep my club head speed up, but increase the mass. You increase the mass and keep the speed. That's how you can increase club head speed. Because in theory, if I could swing a sledgehammer at 100 miles an hour, club head speed stroke, hopefully ball speed.
Yeah.
That extra mass hitting the ball would give me more distance. So that's, and again, I've not seen that in testing, but you might find if you test enough people, there would be a percentage of people who would really feel that and respond to it and increase their club head speed, which then hopefully they translate that into ball speed. Because club head speed's worthless if you're not getting the equal ball speed out of it. Missed strikes again and too much deflection from presenting too much dynamic loft and all those kind of things are always going to be the key for getting the most distance. So counterbalance shaft is quite an interesting one that's often not talked about in the Ping products and in the review that much, certainly not for me because I'm not much of a shaftoid, but one maybe to think about when you're purchasing. Next bit, is this the last one?
Last bit,
Go on then.
The adjustable hosel.
Adjust my hosel.
Has the same mass and outer diameter as a fixed hosel.
Look, I'm going that way. Look.
Oh, look how far away you are.
Pull focus.
Providing the benefits of adjustability with no sacrifice in performance.
Now, what I like about the Ping hosel, if I get there, it is. Look, and then on the club, you can see it's very small. Compared to other companies, it's the smallest.
Very neat.
I've seen their advertising data that says it weighs the same as their normal neck. I've been to a talk recently, actually, from a club designer who was talking about if you put loads of adjustability on a driver, which has some functions, it adds weight to the club.
Yeah.
And weight that they could be using in other places. So there's going to be, as in all club design, there's all sacrifices. You can't have every ingredient. You've got to add extra ingredients and take some away.
Yeah.
Like making a cake, I always say, Matthew. I've told you that one before,
yeah.
But
Yeah, nice one.
No, thanks, mate. Yeah. Thanks, mate.
Good one.
Shall I carry on?
Yeah.
So it is one of the lightest and most kind of, as you look down at it, you don't even know it's a changeable.
Yeah, you don't know it's there, really, do you?
But then you do sacrifice on changeability.
Yeah, so you can only change the loft on this.
0.8 to 1 agree. 0.6, sorry, to 1.
Yeah, either way, up and down.
Correct. Where I've had drivers where you could change
2
more, like from 8.5 up to 12.
Up to 12. Yeah.
All of the
Cobra, those sort of
But
ones.
I think Ping, who pioneered custom fitting, would argue if you're buying a driver that's 5 degrees out, then your custom fitting could have probably been a little better. Because they're going to stress all weight. They don't want to say this product if you're just buying it off the rack. They want you to go and try it. They want you to get fitted for it. They're putting a lot of love and attention into their products.
Yeah.
They want you to give them enough respect to go and get fitted. So you're not hitting like a 12 degree, delivering 25 degrees loft. This one goes too high.
But if you think about it as a retailer's point of view, you only have to have one head if you've got a driver that goes from 8 to 12.
Yeah, so the flip side of that.
A million different
But
heads.
if I'm going to counter your counter, what Ping have always been very good at doing with retailers, in my experience, is giving some of the best fitting carts that I've ever known.
Yeah.
So I agree that we can take this outside later if you want.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, happy with that. Got my joggers on.
Jog on. So you get less adjustability, but then you get lower, further back CGs and weights where Ping want it to be, rather than sacrificing giving you loads of adjustability.
Yeah.
They're going to give the fitter the adjustability to get you close and then dial in that 0.6 and degree. I mean, I've never changed a driver more than 2 degrees.
No.
I'm 1 degree at the most. I know where my lofts should be with most CG place clubs. I'll go for that, and then if I need to dial it in, I'm moving it a degree, half a degree.
Yeah.
If you're someone who's going to go 8 and then next month a 12, you've got other issues other issues. Other issues, man. So there you go, that's the tech on the Ping G30. Should we take a few questions? I've got one here. I don't know if you hunt for any
I'll have a little look.
Ones that are not based around talking about McDonald's. This one might be a good one. So I've got one here coming from Twitter, TZHEUS. I don't even know what it says. I got one. This is the question. How can a wrong grip size in the G30 driver affect the shot? Would that be translated to my biocell? I don't quite know what that means. Do you understand what he's saying there? Could it be translated to my biocell? I don't quite get what that means, but Can the grip? Let's go with the grip size. Can it affect shots, Matthew? What's your opinion?
It can affect feel more than your shots, I think. Personally.
Okay, so if it affects,
I don't know if
feel,
a bigger grip will stop you swinging as hard as a smaller grip, that sort of thing. But
there used to be chat about people talking about release patterns with thicker and thinner grips. I've not really seen in any of the tests I've done. I don't see any. Apart from people saying they feel X, Y, and Z and then they react to their feeling. Mm-hmm. I've not seen like a black and white, this does this. Correct, yes, absolutely. So I wouldn't, does it translate to his bio? So I don't quite understand what that means in the question, so I can't answer that. So this is a good question as well. I've got one here if you haven't got one there. Mac and the Dogs on Twitter. Now that Lockey is a Callaway staffer, can I have his old G30? What's the answer to that one, Matt?
That was a demo, so that's back in the demo bag at East Devon if you want to go and pinch it from there.
So I'm guessing that's a no, is it?
Does all the company's tech guff annoy you after a while?
That's a good question. No, it doesn't. I'm excited by the fact that they keep trying to push things forwards in their limitations.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting as well if you look behind the curtain how much the manufacturers are a massive part of golf, because they're putting money through golf more than you realise. So through the players, the tour players, into then makes us want to watch. It makes it easier for them to travel the world and play in all the big events. You've got something silly. So it doesn't bother me, no, at all. And also, I'm not really a purchaser of the clubs, and never was. You see me changing clubs now because I like experimenting and because I have the chance to.
Yeah.
I never would have been someone who would be tricked for the latest and the greatest so much. I'm happy to make my own decisions, so it doesn't really do it for me. Come on, what have you got?
Oh, no, that's just a random one. Would wearing a cap keep the sun out of my eyes? Many thanks.
That's a great question. I like this one.
Depends if it's well, you like this one.
Yeah, read that one out. Let's give that one an answer.
What would be your carry distance change between 8.5, 9.5, 10.5?
Okay. What do you think? How would they change for you? I don't know exact numbers, but would they change for you? Do you think?
I think it. I don't think it would change a lot. I would think it would change how I tried to deliver the club more than anything else. So if I've got an 8.5, I'd try and hit up on it more. If I've got a 12, then I would try and take lock off.
Well, that's a really good point. I think that's the difference between maybe us and better players than us and the people who are coming for lessons and the amateurs out there watching. I agree. When I first started testing clubs years ago, manufacturers, to be honest, weren't so happy with some bald-headed guy mouthing his, gobbing off, saying whatever he wanted to without their control. Where I love the fact that they've all become, they 99.9 of them now give me free run to say what I want. They want the honest review, which I'm really proud of, because at the start, lots of them tried to stop me. So I would struggle to get equipment. You need to stop looking at that.
This guy's funny. Average Mark, he's asking funny questions. I'm going to scroll away. So I stop looking at it.
So I used to have to get equipment wherever I could get it. Buy it, borrow it, what have you. Even students would give me it, and I couldn't always get my specs.
Yeah,
I'm quite good at delivering different numbers. I can do it pretty much all this, so I could actually deliver the club around the specs I got.
Yeah.
Manufacturers started to get on board. They started to see that they would say, "Look, it's important that you try the ones that are fitted for you." Well, I've always tried to do that. You weren't ever answering the phone to me when I ever asked.
Yeah.
So don't tell me that as if I don't know that. And now I'm lucky enough to get what I need from the manufacturer's custom fit, because they want to send me the best equipment, so they get the best review, because they want me to get the best numbers out of it. Obviously, it's in their interest, which I'm quite proud of, that kind of turnaround from them not really wanting to have anything to do with me to now wanting to be involved because they realise you guys want honesty. Yeah. So I would see delivery distances or different distances through those different lofts, but I would also be able to override them quite well. Mm-hmm. And if I even put a driver down that looks Not lofted enough, too lofted. I react on one shot. I'm reacting when it looks that straight.
Sometimes, like this, just the shape of the head, like the small, more compact ones, I'm like, oh, this isn't getting me out.
Yeah.
So it's like trying to hit up on it more.
So I think I would override it. But you would see, I mean, I would see substantial differences between 8.5s and 10.5s. Let's say I was an 8.5 was my optimum on a club. You switch it to a 10.5, I reckon you could almost see up to 20 yards less distance on launches and spins increasing. Have you got? Where's your funny one? What's your funny one? What's he asking now?
Should I buy a golf bag for my clubs? It's a bit awkward that way.
No, I just keep carrying. Ian, what's this one saying? G30 are great.
G30 are great.
Is Lockey a long ball because of his pink tees? Big Mac or quarter pounder. I'd go Big Mac. Thanks, guys. Definitely getting a cap now. All right, Mark. Thanks, mate. Still love the 950 Titleist.
905S. That's like really,
that's really old. Yeah, that is really
old.
Old.
That's
proper
small
old,
as well. That's like a 3-wood.
That's proper old and proper small. Well, there you go. I'm happy with that. Is that a wrap?
No, it is.
It's a wrap. Is that what they call it in the biz?
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Ping G30. Anyone got any questions? Post in the comments down below. Once this video is not live, you can start commenting down below because that comment section is not active until the live feed goes up as a recorded show. Ping G30, any questions? You want to check out my full review of me hitting it, just search it on my channel. It's there. Plenty of videos of Matt and me both gaming this club in our time, haven't we?
Yeah, me beating you as usual.
Well, not really that. I can't remember that.
Yeah.
So that's just
Make sure you like and subscribe as well.
Yeah, like and subscribe. There are people out there who don't are not subscribed but are watching Matt.
Yeah.
Almost feels a little bit like cheating. Oh, we always end. Let's end with another competition.
Oh, nearly forgot.
Right, must have been loud on the mic. Let's just have a look. Let's see what Soph's got to say. Oh no, she can't see because she's still got her eyes sorted. Oh man, look, lovely Sophie.
No, I can't wait to see her in a week or so.
The practice manual. Adam Young has sent me some of his practice manuals to give to you people, and I am more than honoured to hand these out for free because it's one of my favourite books and one of the best books I've seen. And what I love about this book, it's a pro. Just working a pro's job, producing it on his own, original content, original ideas. There's a lot of great information in here, and I take my hat off to any pros who are out there just pushing the boundaries, which is great to see. So anyone wants to win this book, we need to set up a phrase for them to see. First person to type the phrase on the chat wins the book.
Ooh,
the phrase,
or word,
phrase or word. My level of spelling,
okay,
so you can miss a T out. So the last one we did earlier today, there was people tweeting us. Now what happens, just to explain, and I'm not a massive techno, but our chat comes through sometimes in a different order to your chat because I don't know if it's because we're coming through different servers or the way it works. It's a live feed, so it's going to be what comes through first on our feed, not what comes through on your one in America and your one in Leeds and your, because they will come through at different times, as you can imagine.
I'll tweet a picture to proof it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we need to know the phrase. If you want to win Adam Young's book, early Christmas present, the practice manual, is... I just need to do that music bit again, hang on. Right, we're back. Let's turn that off. Right, so the phrase is first person to type it. Are they guessing it? That finger phrase. Buzzer golf for life. Average mark. The phrase is, are you ready? Your golf travel. Go. Go isn't the phrase. Your golf travel.
Can they put YGT? That is super
No,
cool.
it's got to be your golf travel.
How still I am.
Big Mac. Your golf travel. Who's going to be the first to say it to win Adam Young's
long ball
book?
The
practice manual. Second one away, given away today. Best book I've seen in years.
I hate Mark.
What's it say? Hey, Mark.
Yeah, we go.
We got one.
Alpha 4 Amiga.
Alpha 4 Amiga. You win. Yes,
Well,
please. Yes, please. You win the practice manual.
Picture of that as well.
Little picture just to confirm.
Just to prove
it will be tweeted. And that is our first one, so don't start sending me pictures when you get your little things. There it is, Ping G30. We've talked it. We've helped you and hopefully got you to understand what the Ping G30 can do or can't do for your game. It's definitely one of my favourite drivers. It's one of the the Twitter questions. What driver should I use? Because I'm struggling with my driver. Try to bring G30, guys. Yeah. What driver should I get? Because I hit all on the face and I'm not that inconsistent. Try to bring G30. The moral is, as always, go and test it. Go and check that you like it. But this club kind of appeals to tour pros and it appeals to the beginners as much as anyone. We're going to do more of these on many more clubs when we get the time. We are going to Morocco tomorrow. Don't like to talk about it.
Woohoo!
And then Dubai after that.
Woohoo!
And I hope Soph's got the eyes sorted for that. I can't stop showing that. Oh, lovely Sophie.
I love you, Sophie.
Ping Staffer always plays better when her eyes are working properly. Thanks for watching. Matthew, thanks for being part of this fantastic show.
Thank you.
Today. There you go. I think it's that time, isn't it? They do wave at the end of the shows. I've seen them wave.
Do they?
Yeah, I've seen them.